looks like one of those hot damn Ford F-150s. It's oh, what is it here? Oh, she's a platinum. Yeah. We got the 5-liter, 2018. It needs the direct injection injectors. Direct injectors? Direct injection injectors?
I gotta read it again because my mind is just a piece of shit this morning.
First thing, second or third, or whatever letter we're on. I know it's a bad camera angle. You can't even see my face, eh? And you don't want to see my face anyway. But we'll try to fix this as I go. I'm gonna move you around. I think maybe because you're right in the light, and I don't know how to work a camera and put settings in correctly, and you probably it's very dark down here, is what I'm saying. But we're gonna start right here. You're gonna go ahead and want to zip this negative battery cable off. Eventually you're gonna want to snip that negative battery cable off, and then we're gonna go ahead and take the old hoop chute out of here. That's gonna be an 8, as I already knew because I had it in my hand, but I refused to believe, and it's also not an 8. It's gonna be a 7. Ford loves their 7s. I don't know if you were here for the last Ford video. Yeah, what the hell? I don't know what's with them and their 7s, but they sure love their 7s. So, we got a little evap hose back here. You push down on the clip. I like to push them forward first and then pull them back. And that pops them out real nice and easy. Oh, there's a second one down here. And that one has the other style with the little, you know, I don't know if I can get it from this angle. Of course, being a truck, you gotta, I don't know if you can see me, you gotta support your belly, okay? Put your belly up on the headlight and then lean forward, using the headlight to support your fat gut. And you get in here and you do the little, and that pops right out. And that's the, so, hopefully you can hear me over whatever background reggae I choose. It's usually reggae. I did not loosen this clamp enough, but we're just gonna fight it. We're just gonna fight it for the camera. Okay. This coolant hose is kind of a dumb bitch, but excuse my language. But I didn't loosen either of these enough. Oh. All right. Well, there's your intake tube. We'll throw that precariously close to the camera so that I can kick it into the legs of the tripod and knock you guys over. That said, I'm gonna go ahead and do the other on this thing and get this off of the valve cover. And this is what I'm talking about with your little tabby there. You just pull on that son bitch and give her a yank. That's this. Oh, see, you probably heard that. It literally hit the fucking tripod. We got another one of those breathers that we'll just go ahead and eliminate now off of the intake manifold and the other valve cover. Excuse my breathing, I am incredibly out of shape. So, got a little isolator pad here. You guys are probably going to want a light at this point. Maybe a little camera schmooze. Let's see here, let's see if we can schmooze you. Live action, folks. We're all right, there you go. Look at that. Look at all the light you guys got in the situation now. So, I don't know if you can see it. Oh yeah, you can. Okay, so there's these little foam isolators that I'm trying not to fully destroy, but it shouldn't be held on with anything. It should just be stuck in there. Are they held on with something? Am I losing my light? No, that one comes right out. Okay, hang on. I need a step stool of some capacity. Can you guys still see? No, I put the fucking light right in front of what I'm doing. Oh, jeez. Can you guys still see that? Alright. Isn't this going great? My videos are just pristine. Of course, we'll cut all that out. We'll cut it out and make it look like I never fucked up.
Are you sure about that?
Okay, well, classic Rigsco video oopsies. I don't know where that left off. I was recording on the wrong setting, so you're probably going to see a significant decrease in quality, video quality. Actually, I'll probably render the whole thing in 1080, but that first little bit was 4K, so I don't know how that's going to work. I hope it doesn't drop a bunch of frames or whatever bullshit that Adobe likes to do. But anyway, we got those insulators out. I'm not sure. Again, I'm not sure where the video left off. I was just grabbing that insulator, so we just grabbed the other one out of there. And then I think I went on a tangent about this light from Amazon. This Var Sun. Oh, geez. All right, yeah. This was sent to me as a gift, and I've already dropped it a few times. I can say it's pretty sturdy, but yeah, check it out. Stage 1, Stage 2. Holy shit, the sun's out. And you got a regular light on the top too that you can activate. Yeah, pretty nice unit. Pretty sure it was pretty cheap. I'm not sure. It might have been really expensive, so don't take my word on that. Now we're gonna go ahead and get rid of the rest of the evap stuff that we can't pull with the intake, and which I think is just a couple of things. The rail and the injectors are all gonna come with the intake. Throttle body's gonna come with the intake. It should all come out of there suited and booted as one big old unit. Now that the dogs are in here, I'm going to go ahead and put on their favorite YouTube videos, which is me and Rigsco, and they subscribe to Rigsco. You should be subscribed to Rigsco too. We're going to go ahead and put some YouTube videos on, but with respect to audio and, you know, learning, I'm going to go ahead and switch to voiceover now. Alright dudes, how you doing? We're going to go ahead and rip these vacuum lines off here. These two go to the brake booster and back into the intake, I believe, but we're going to go ahead and tie those out of the way with a bungee cord. Next up is this one that goes to your purge solenoid back here on the intake manifold. There is another hose clip and obviously the electrical connector for that. Go ahead and undo both of those as well, and you can just pull the whole solenoid out of there. Next up, we're going to go ahead and attack the electrical connections in the back. There should be 3 of them that are pretty easily accessible once you sneak your hand around there and get to them. 3, I would say about 3 on the left side. And then there's 2 push pin, plastic connectors holding the electrical harness down to the intake manifold. You're going to want to go ahead and pop those off as well. On the other side, you have 2 bulkhead connectors that need to be popped off the intake manifold, as well as probably a few more of those plastic clips holding the wiring down to the intake manifold. Then you're going to want to go ahead and get at your injector connectors here on the first rail, on the intake manifold rail. I'm not going to show all 8, but yeah, you're just going to want to do both sides, 4 on each side. This one held me up apparently. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and disconnect one electrical connector in the back and start getting to our fuel rail connectors. This one is the return on the driver's side. This one has the plastic style clip that you pull up and push back. Make sure you cover it with a rag. Catch any spilling fuel that's going to be dumping right on out of there. I remember I had to open my garage door for a second after that one, but you're going to go ahead and then grab your fuel line disconnect tool. Can't remember the size, 3/8 I want to say, I'm not sure off the top of my head. Slap that on the line and do your passenger side. That's your inlet connector there. At this point it's pretty depressurized, so you don't really have to worry about wrapping it, but I always that's just what I like to do. I like to cap that one because otherwise you're just going to have it pumping fuel from the tank kind of constantly. Also tie that out of the way with a bungee cord. And then we're going to want to go ahead and start getting to our intake manifold bolts. These are 8mm. There's going to be 6 of these. And I'm doing them by hand just because of all the fuel vapor in the vicinity. So after we get those going, then you're going to want to go ahead and unplug the throttle body. And then we're going to go ahead and do your fuel rail bolts. These should be 4 10mm bolts. Again, doing them by hand because of just the fuel vapor in the engine bay. Didn't want to have to start a fire using any of my electrical tools. But anyway, so there's 10 bolts total, 6 of those 8 mil, 4 of those 10 mil. Once you have those done, you're able to pull the manifold up. And I like to take them and pull them up and forward, and then you can get at the one last electrical connector that's at the very bottom of the intake manifold. That does have a safety clip that you'll have to pull back before you can, push the tab down and get the electrical connector off of there. Once you get that guy, you should be able to just pull the whole intake manifold assembly right out of there. I then like to take a vacuum. So these are more of those isolators, foam isolators that are in the valley here, but I like to take a vacuum and also clean up any dirt and debris in the area before you get to taking this direct injection pump rail out. Pretty funny. I'm always like, man, it really smells like mouse piss whenever I work on a Ford. And that's because there's always a mouse house full of mouse piss. Ah, it stinks. Wouldn't this shot be nice? Yeah, I was going to do this shot with my magnetic camera mount, only the truck's made out of aluminum, so couldn't do that. Anyway, here's your direct injector rails. Obviously, you're going to have 4 injectors on either side, so 4 electrical connectors you're going to want to disconnect. For whatever reason, I lost that footage, but then you got 4 bolts on either side, and your inlet's going to be on that passenger side on the back side of the rail. There's your pressure sensor that you're going to need to unplug on the driver's side rail, and it's, again, 4 bolts and 4 electrical connectors. Also, go ahead and plug your intake manifold holes here. I just use paper towels just to make sure no debris or any other crap gets down in there while you're pulling this out of here. Then I believe it was a 17 millimeter pipe wrench for the inlet connection in the back. I didn't bother separating the rails yet. I do that when they're on the bench. Then go ahead and do your electrical connectors. Like I said, I lost that footage, but then unbolt the rail. This is going to be 4 10 millimeter bolts on either side, and also doing those by hand again, just with all the fuel vapor. Didn't want to use any of my electrical tools. Unplug that pressure sensor that's on the back side of the driver's side rail, and then I believe we're going to want to get to our old tug and wiggle process. Just trying to pull this. Oh, we're going to pull the bolts out first, obviously. Get those out of the way so you don't drop those anywhere. There, you can't ever find them again. And then we're going to get to our tug and wiggle process. So this is, good luck. You're not always going to get them. I like to kind of wiggle side to side while kind of applying an upward pressure to the rail. Sometimes you'll get the injectors with the rail. Sometimes you don't. That's just the way the cookie crumbles on that one. I believe on this particular yank, we ended up getting just one of the injectors to come with the rail. So here we go. We're going to pull it out of here. And yeah, there's only one injector on there. Oh, one of the electrical connections for the injectors is, for whatever reason, taped to the back of the rail. So I went ahead and grabbed a side cutter and just cut the tape and untaped it, took it off of there. You could unplug at the bulkhead and take the connector with the rail for whatever reason. If you wanted to do that little sub harness, but I just cut the tape and got rid of it. So since we were unable to get those injectors to come with the rail, we're gonna have to go ahead and get our little pry bar in here and just do a little wiggle. I like to put it just to the back of the injector while I kind of put a little bit of pressure on the injector connector with like my forefinger on my other hand, and then kind of again just kind of wiggle and pry, pulling upwards, obviously, and they should pop out of there. I've just been popping them one by one and then just leaving them in the valley here and collect them all when I'm done. So here's a shot of the rails fully assembled with the new injectors. I did separate them at the crossover pipe. That just makes installation a little bit easier. And yeah, just make sure you are using new O-rings and you have your new plastic spacers on the top of your injectors, and you put them in the rail and good to go. Here's a shot of the old injector. Not sure what the fail parameter was here. Maybe they just get dirty. I'm not quite sure, but this repair did end up fixing the truck. So audio is going to be quite a bit louder, but I figured I might as well show you it running. Well, hopefully anyway. It's probably going to be hard to start, but let's open up the garage door here. give her a go here. Okay, she's not priming. Oh, and I hit the button right as it started, of course. Alright, let's try it one more time. Okay, she is running. Let's get her the fuck out of my garage. Running really rough. It's running really rough, but it's probably just shit, you know, on the injectors or whatever. Back her up. Close the garage door. Get these windows down because it is fucking hot. Well, she sounds pretty good. Sounds a lot better now. She cleared up. Alright, well, I'm going to put the scanner on it and make sure there's nothing weird. I don't see a check engine light yet, but we'll do a few key cycles as well. But there you go. I'm not a total fucking loser. I can do some stuff. Walter, you gotta wake up. We got work to do, bud. We gotta make another repair video for YouTube. I know, I'm not super motivated myself. I hear you. Whoa. What, are you ready to go? You ready to go, dude? Alright, let's get to it.